ranking every single bike in MX bikes. Let's begin. Quick reminder before the video starts, this video is totally opinion based, so my opinion is going to be different than yours. So please take everything that I say with a grain of salt. Also, this ranking video will only go over the 250 4-strokes. I will do another video here soon on the 450 4-strokes. Alright guys, first bike on the chopping block, we have the Fantic 250. This footage right here is the first ever time I have ridden the Fantic 250, and the bike feels amazing. I'm just going to say straight up, it is a very good feeling bike. It's not the best at everything, but it's really good at everything. The bike is very planted, has a good gyro, has a good gearing ratio. Also, all these bikes are going to be on stock setup. Bike feels really good. You know, stock suspension feels really good. Like I said, good weight, good cornering. Just a really good feel to it. You feel very planted, like I said, and you just feel one with the bike. So right off the rip, with a bike I've never ridden before, and I'm sure I can get around to it, I'm gonna have to give the Fantic a solid 7.9 out of 10. On to the second bike. This is the Gas 250. This bike is a really great bike. It bridges between a KTM and a Honda, in my opinion, with how it handles, the speed, the suspension, and you know, the gyro. I really love this bike. It was the bike that put me onto this game. Like, when I started playing MX bikes, I would only ride the Gas 250, so I get a little bit of a nostalgia boner every time I ride it, so I gotta give it like an extra 0.5 there on points. And yeah, the Gas is a really solid bike, and I gotta go high because I absolutely love this bike. I'm gonna go an 8.6 out of 10. Really solid bike, super fun to rip around, and it feels really planted, really good, and really solid. Alright, now on to a bike that I, from the bottom of my heart, absolutely hate. This is the CRF 250F, or the Honda 250. This bike does not feel good underneath my feet, I guess. The gyro is okay. The suspension is mid, to say the least. The gearing is really bad on this bike. It has really bad control. I can't seem to like rip ruts or just go fast in general on this bike. It does not take the chop very well. If you hop on a really rough track or a set of whoops, you're gonna die, and it's just not a good bike. So I gotta give it a low score of about a 5.1. Alright, switching gears here, we are on to the first bike that is not a red bike. We have a very nice white bike. This is the Husky 250, and this bike is amazing. I really love this bike. I have many hours on it. I've done a few pro national qualifiers on it. Feels really nice, really good. Gyro feels great. The stock suspension feels pretty good. It's not the best, but it feels pretty good. The control is out of this world. If I needed a bike that controls excellent, this is the bike to do it. It's an absolute ripper, sounds good, rides good, and I gotta give it a very high score. And I'm gonna go a 9.3 out of 10. I absolutely love this bike. It's super fun to ride, and it is just a ripper. Alright, now on to yet another bike, which is absolutely amazing. This is the 2024 KX250F. I absolutely love this bike. I have at least 400 hours on this bike, maybe even more. I have been riding this bike since the very beginning. Yes, I did hop on the gas before, but this is my bike. I have swapped over to the Yamaha, but we'll get into that later. The Kawasaki is an absolutely amazing bike. It has really good grip with the tires. It has amazing stock suspension, has great gyro, great control, great consistency, and it's just an all-around amazing bike. And I have to go super high here, and I'm going to give it a 9.9. That is the highest rating so far, a 9.9, almost a 10. This bike is absolutely amazing. Alright, now after that awesome front flip that you just saw me do, we are here on the KTM 250. This is another bike that I absolutely love to use, but I don't use it too often due to everyone else using it. I don't really want to be a sweaty person joining the meta. I really love this bike. It has amazing control, amazing Gyro, tires feel good. You know, this is stock suspension feels great. The only downside to it is that every single sweat rides it. So it's going to be really high. It's going to be in the 9s, and it's going to be a 9.6. I really love this bike, but there's just a lot of people who use it, and I like to be a little bit different with how I ride in MX bikes. Alright, now moving away from all the great bikes, we have a good bike. This bike isn't bad, it's not great, it's just good. This is the RMZ 250. This bike, like I said, is just average, has really good gyro, has an amazing front end in my opinion. I really like the way the fender looks, the handlebars look. I really like how the shrouds look. I think it looks really aggressive. This bike is really fun. Gearing's a little too short. Stock suspension feels good. Tires feel good. Everything about it feels good. Not great. Maybe if I rode the bike a little bit longer, I could get around to it. But the Suzuki is going to get a strong 8.7 in my opinion. Just a good bike. Alright, now here is the worst bike by far in all of MX bikes. This is the TM250. This bike sucks. I'm gonna be straight up. It has okay gyro, okay tires, suspension sucks, control sucks, power sucks, stock gearing sucks. This bike is so ass and it gets a 1. Switching over to a more darker of a blue, we have the 2023 Yamaha 250. This bike is amazing. I really like this bike. I'm a little bit bigger of a fan of the 24, just my opinion. This bike is really good. It handles absolutely amazing. The control is great. The tires are great. Stock suspension and setup is absolutely top notch. It's a really good bike. Really good beginner bike if you don't want to immediately hop on the KTM and just be a straight sweat. This bike is right down your alley. I love this bike. It's super fun, super good to just put laps down with, and it's gonna get a solid rating of a 9.7 out of 10. Now boys, if you did make it to this part of the video, I just want to say thank you so much for sticking along with me till the end. And now up on the chopping block, we have the 2024 YZ250F. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I absolutely love this bike. In my opinion, it is the best bike in MXB history. That's just my opinion. Right off the rip, this bike is absolutely amazing with how it handles. It feels great. The gearing is amazing. It's super fast. It's a super fun bike. You can throw it around. The gyro is amazing. The grip feels really nice. It just all around is the perfect bike. And it has to be, drumroll please, a 10 out of 10. This is the first 10 out of 10 here on the channel with these ranking videos. And it goes to the 2024 YZ250. Now guys, I hope you did enjoy that video, and if you did, be sure to leave a like, leave a subscribe, and leave a comment on what you thought of my ranking video. If it was good, if it was bad, or if it was just kind of mid. Let me know in the comments, because I think it was a pretty strong ranking video myself. It was completely opinion based, obviously, so your opinion is going to be different than mine, and that is okay. But here are the results for every single bike. And yeah boys, this has been my 250 4-stroke ranking video, and I'll see you in the next one guys. Have a good one.